We like to think we've got the universe figured out. We've mapped the stars, split the atom, even sequenced the human genome. But there's one frontier we haven't cracked: death. It's the ultimate unknown, the ultimate question mark. For millennia, we've told ourselves stories, myths, religions, philosophies, all trying to make sense of what happens when the lights go out. But what if those stories are more than just comforting tales? What if they hold a grain of truth, a whisper from the other side? Across cultures and throughout history, we find recurring themes: near-death experiences, ancient texts, and even whispers from the quantum realm, all hinting at the possibility that death might not be the end. So are you ready to explore the cosmos of consciousness, to journey to the edge of existence and peer into the abyss of the afterlife? Buckle up, because things are about to get weird. Imagine this: you're in a hospital bed, the heart monitor shows a flat line, you're gone, clinically dead, but then, something extraordinary happens. You're back, you're alive, and you remember everything. These are near-death experiences, and they're more common than you might think. Millions of people around the world have reported similar experiences: a sensation of floating above their body, traveling through a tunnel of light, or encountering deceased loved ones.
Now, I know what you're thinking, Neil, this sounds like a load of cosmic baloney. And you'd be right to be skeptical. After all, our brains are complex machines prone to hallucinations and tricks of perception, especially in moments of extreme stress. But here's the thing that makes NDEs so fascinating. People often report details they couldn't have possibly known. Conversations happening in other rooms, objects hidden from view, even events occurring miles away.
Take the case of Pam Reynolds, a woman who underwent a radical brain surgery where her body temperature was lowered, her heart stopped, and her brain activity ceased. She was, for all intents and purposes, dead. Yet Pam recounted the surgical procedure in detail, describing instruments she couldn't have seen and conversations she couldn't have heard. Her case, along with countless others, challenges our understanding of consciousness and raises the tantalizing possibility that it might exist independently of the brain. Could these experiences be glimpses into another reality, a dimension beyond our current understanding? Are these the echoes of consciousness, reverberating from a realm beyond the veil of death? For centuries, the afterlife has been the domain of religion and spirituality, a concept relegated to the realm of faith rather than scientific inquiry. But what if science could finally weigh in on this age-old question? Recent advancements in neuroscience and quantum physics are beginning to chip away at the wall between the living and the dead, offering tantalizing clues about the nature of consciousness and its potential for survival beyond the physical body.
One of the most compelling pieces of evidence comes from studies on the dying brain. Scientists have observed a surge of electrical activity in the brain moments after death, a phenomenon known as the death wave. This burst of energy, far from being random, appears to be a highly organized event, almost as if the brain is uploading something. Now, I'm a science guy, so I'm not about to jump to conclusions. But this death wave raises some seriously mind-bending questions. Could this be the brain transferring consciousness, memories, or even the soul itself to another dimension?
And then there's quantum physics, which throws another cosmic curveball into the mix. Quantum entanglement, the idea that two particles can be linked across vast distances, suggests that our universe might be far stranger and more interconnected than we ever imagined. Could consciousness, like those entangled particles, exist in a state of superposition both here and elsewhere, transcending the boundaries of space and time? Chapter 3. Ancient Clues. Did past civilizations know the secret? Let's travel back in time for a moment, not just a few decades, but millennia, to the ancient civilizations that came before us: the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Mayans, the Hindus. Cultures separated by vast oceans and languages, yet united by a common thread: a belief in the afterlife.
The ancient Egyptians, for example, believed in a complex underworld ruled by Osiris, god of the dead. They developed elaborate rituals and mummification practices designed to guide the deceased on their journey to the afterlife. The Greeks, too, envisioned an underworld ruled by Hades, where souls were judged and sent to different realms based on their deeds in life.
Across the globe, the Mayans believed in Xibalba, the underworld ruled by death gods, and developed intricate rituals and burial practices to ensure a safe passage for the deceased. And in Hinduism, the concept of reincarnation, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, is central to their belief system. They believe that the soul, or Atman, is eternal and transmigrates from one body to another.
Now, here's the thing that gives me pause. These cultures, separated by time and distance, developed remarkably similar beliefs about the afterlife. They describe journeys through tunnels, encounters with deities or beings of light, and realms of judgment or reward. Is it possible that these ancient civilizations, with their limited scientific understanding, stumbled upon a universal truth about the nature of consciousness and the afterlife?
Chapter 4. Is death just the beginning? Let's talk about reincarnation for a second. Now, I know what you're thinking. Neil, are you suggesting we come back as talking squirrels or reincarnated refrigerators? Well, not exactly. But there are cases, documented cases, of children claiming to remember past lives, lives they couldn't possibly know about.
Children who speak of places they've never been, people they've never met, and events that happened long before their birth. Take the case of Cameron Macaulay, a young boy from Scotland who claimed to remember a past life on the Isle of Barra, an island he'd never visited. He described his former home, family, and even a white dog in vivid detail.
And here's the kicker. When his family traveled to Barra, they found the house, the family, and yes, even the white dog, just as Cameron had described. Now, I'm a man of science and I believe in evidence-based reasoning. But cases like Cameron's, and there are many, force us to confront the possibility that consciousness might not be confined to a single lifetime. Could it be that death, rather than being the end, is merely a transition, a doorway to another chapter in the vast and mysterious story of our existence? Chapter 5. The journey continues. So, where does this leave us? Staring into the cosmic abyss, wondering if death is the ultimate curtain call or just the intermission. The truth is, we don't have all the answers. Not yet. But the evidence, from near-death experiences to the mysteries of quantum physics, suggests that death may not be the end we once thought it was. Perhaps it's a beginning, a transition to a realm beyond our current comprehension. A realm where consciousness persists, where energy transforms, and where the mysteries of the universe continue to unfold. Join us next time as we explore the most daring frontier of all immortality. Can we cheat death? Should we? Buckle up, because the future is about to get even stranger.